To conduct a document review utilizing the Document Control Program under the SQF Module 2.2.2, first check if the document title matches the uploaded file name on the dashboard. In this instance, we do have the same titles as the Document Control Program. Next, both must have the same document code. For this example, we do have 2.2.2p0. Since this is a template, we indicate the PCQI as the account initials. However, we can customize the code based on the company's initials. For the page number, we use the page X of Y format to ensure that it reflects the current page position and the total page number of the document. Then insert the company logo here, along with the company name, the company address, and enter the designated department. For the originated by section, it can be the food safety, quality assurance, or the quality control personnel of the company. The originator ensures the implementation of the quality management and document control system. First, enter the name of the originator, affix the signature, input the position title, and the date originated. For the reviewed by section, it can be the personnel assigned in the Quality Management Department who reviews the drafted document or its revision for accuracy and implementation. First, enter the name of the reviewer, affix the signature, input the position title, and the date reviewed. For the approved by section, it must be the person in the C-level management who has approval authority. Enter the name of the approver, affix the signature, the position title, and the date approved. The revision date is the same as the date originated or drafted by the author. For the effective date, it is the date the document was signed and approved. The publication date is when the document is published for distribution and initiated personnel training. The implementation date is when the document is distributed and personnel training is completed. For the supersedes, put original for the initial issuance of the document. For any revisions, reflect the initial revision date before the current revision. Please be reminded that this section must be properly filled out to be compliant. Now we will focus on the components of the program. First is purpose. The purpose is the implementation of any certification standard or compliance with a regulatory requirement. For this program, it is for implementation with the SQF Module 2 Edition 9 for food manufacturing under Clause 2.2.2. The purpose is to implement SQF 2.2.2.1, the methods and responsibility for maintaining document control and ensuring staff have access to current requirements and instructions shall be documented and implemented. Current SQF system documents and amendments to documents shall be maintained. Second is scope. The scope of the program is based on the purpose and serves as a guide in defining and describing the layout of the procedure. It includes the document control methods, registers, requirements for corrections and maintenance for records, the general good documentation practices, document retention, the obsolete document, and the document distraction. Then third, policy. The policies are the rules set by the company as their implementation guide. First, to be made part of the food safety management system. All management system documents, for example, policies, procedures, specifications, food safety plans, and work instructions, plus any other operational reference documents like external codes, regulations, customer requirements, and equipment instructions are controlled to ensure their currency and relevance. This includes templates for records used to report tests, inspections, and audit results. Second, documents are stored electronically or be paper-based, or a blend of both. The current copy of the relevant documents is available to staff and employees that need to use them. And third, A list of documents and amendments to documents are maintained to identify the current documents in use, which you may refer to Master Document Register. Fourth is procedure. The procedure is the step-by-step process and the actual implementation of the policy. Under procedure, we first have the document control methods. The following procedure describes how documents are maintained, updated, and replaced. First is document control number, a written, printed, or electronic file that provides a control number for program, policy, procedures, and instructions or evidence such as forms, statements, verification and validation, or serves as an official record in the following format: the document control program, the company initials, QMS, which stands for Quality Management System, the SQF number numbering sequence, which reflects the SQF module system elements. Next is the program's policies and procedures, followed by forms utilized for verification, validation, and statements. Then the lesson utilized for training materials and general learning lessons. Next to that is SWS, which stands for Standard Worksheet, ES or Spanish, then the revision date in the year-month-date format, and the revision number. Next is the title, which is a descriptive general heading that distinguishes the name of written or printed material, followed by the effective date, which is the date the document was signed and approved. Publication date is the date the PFL, SWS, and work instruction is published for distribution and initiated training. Implemented date is the date the PFL, SWS, and work instructions are distributed and training is completed. For the supersedes, put original for initial issuance of the document. For any revisions, reflect the initial revision date before the current revision. Second, under procedure is registers. The document controller or SQF practitioner maintains the following registers. Registers are available at the quality, compliance, and production offices. It includes the SQF documents, HACCP food safety plans, SSOPs, SOPs, other work instructions, the raw material specifications, followed by the finished product specifications, the approved company, the approved service providers, training, and verification and validation. Third, under procedure is the requirements for corrections and maintenance records. Under that, 1. Any requirements for corrections or maintenance of records are recorded in document control procedures, including the appropriate methods for addressing corrections. Second, new document proposal, change request, revised document development, and approval. Under that, personnel creating a new document and changing SOPs and forms report all change requests to the quality department, quality supervisor, and senior manager to approve the required change. Second, changes shall be documented under the history section or change history document, which you may refer to change history document. And third is the methods for addressing corrections. Under that, first, correction fluid, whiteout, and correction tape shall not be used in records. Second, erasures will not be used to correct records. Third, corrections shall consist of a single line drawn through erroneous material and legible printing of the changes above it or at the end of that line where the corrections occur. The person making each change shall initial and date the change, and if the change is a part of a CCP, the time is added to annotate the change. Fourth, document control may only correct administrative errors after consultation with the originator. And fifth, sticky notes are not permitted to correct the entry in GMP documents. Fourth, under procedure is the general good documentation practice. An indelible ballpoint pen will be used to record data. A pencil or erasable or water-soluble ink pen will not be used. A pencil may be used in an extremely cold area if an ink pen does not work in that environment. Second, highlighting original documentation is allowed only if it does not obliterate the information once scanned. Yellow highlighting will usually not appear on the scanned image. Therefore, other methods of indicating special attention should be used, like clouding and asterisks. Third, notes or other annotations shall be relative and completely legible. Notes or markings of any sort must not obscure the information. Fourth, never use dittos and arrows when entering repetitive data. Fifth, abbreviations NA stands for not available or not applicable, NS for not specified, and NP for not performed. Fifth under procedure is the document retention. First, the company retains procedures, SOPs, SSOPs, policies, work instructions, and forms that are signed and implemented but are now obsolete for 2 years before destruction. Second, the company retains equipment manuals and all applicable documents and forms for 2 years after the equipment was deemed unusable, sold, or discarded. Third, facility documents such as maintenance records and service contracts are retained indefinitely while the company is at the facility. If the company no longer utilizes said facility, documents are retained for 2 years before document destruction. Fourth, laboratory test result documents are retained for 2 years on the expiry date or best used by or distributed date of the material tested. Fifth, scientific testing documents are retained for 2 years commencing on the last calendar year the product is no longer distributed for commerce. Sixth, the employment records such as job applications and resumes of non-hired individuals are retained for 2 years following the date the hiring process is completed for a position. This includes applications for permanent and temporary positions. Seventh, other documents such as accounting, finance, personnel training records, and legal contracts are retained for 7 years and up to the maximum allowable by law of 10 years. And eighth, the company retains finished product records for 1 year after the expiration date. Sixth, under procedure is the obsolete document. First, the latest original copy of the obsolete document is maintained while obsolete controlled copies are ensured to be out of circulation and or destroyed. Second, superseded, no longer applicable, and not relevant documented information indicated by the obsolete copy mark. Third, upon distribution of the revised or updated document, obsolete copies are retrieved and stamped obsolete copy. And fourth, electronic documents and records are marked as superseded by a watermark and removed from a shared folder. And seventh, under procedure, is document destruction. Documents are destroyed by shredding. A plastic trash liner secures shredded documents before placing them in a dumpster. A black trash liner is recommended for this purpose but is not mandatory. Utilize a third-party company to perform this procedure is authorized, which you may refer to document destruction record. The fifth scope of the program is responsibility. The responsibility of the person is indicated. It covers what to perform to comply with the procedure or the policy. First is the responsibility of the originator or quality personnel. Originates documents or their revision, ensures implementation of document control system, ensures documents used within their area of responsibility are the most current approved documents, identifies the need for new documents or their modification of existing approved versions of documents, and authors and reviews for accuracy of proposed original documents or document revisions. Next is the responsibility of the reviewer or the QMS management personnel. Reviews the document or its revision for accuracy and implementation. Reviews and recommends final document approval, disapproval, or approval with revision and presents to the approval officer. And ensures resources are available to accomplish requirements specified within the documents. Third is the responsibility of the approval company officer. Final approval authority. The approval represents the acceptance of liability in behalf of the company. It ensures funds and resources are available to accomplish requirements specified within the documents. And lastly, is the responsibility of the designated staff, quality compliance personnel, or document controller. Document storage and security. Documents are controlled. Distributing current versions to relevant employees on time. Ensuring that documents are up to date and worn, eligible, or out-of-date documents must be replaced. Sixth is corrective action. The corrective action is the process of taking appropriate steps to eliminate causes of nonconformities or other undesirable situations. Any inefficiencies detected in complying with document control program shall be addressed immediately by the FSMS management. And if corrupted electronic and paper-based records are present, electronic records shall be manually recorded based on the paper-based documents. Seventh is review quality. The review section serves as guidelines for conducting the annual or periodic review. This includes the review of the document control procedure, review of the document register and list of amendments and their accuracy, availability and currency of documents in use, security and storage of records, and all personnel who need access to specific documents such as food safety plans, procedures, customer specifications, and applicable food regulations have such access. Eighth is reference documents. The reference documents are the set of documents used to implement and monitor a program, policy, or procedure. This includes the master document register, change history document, and document destruction record. Ninth component of the program is reference. The reference section is composed of guides utilized to implement the program. Examples are the certification guide, regulations, and other widely accepted scientific journals, research, and the like. It must comply with the standard format citation, which can be based on either MLA, APA, or Chicago style, and update the access date. Lastly, history. The history section is where we can update the program if there are any changes or revisions made in the document. If there is a revision, enter the revision number, the revision date, the description of the change made, the name of the author or the originator, and the title or department of the author or the originator.